Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol AMPE. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame. I think it's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Did this analysis yesterday, so that's where the green and red line annotations are coming from. But definitely want to get some things updated here. Although I will say that from a presentation standpoint, this chart is now pretty tricky to talk about because there's a lot of perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're a day trader, for example, and you bought right there, or who knows, maybe you bought right there, and you wanted to sell within 40 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you, the chart's looking pretty rough. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, I get it. From the highs, there was a decent sized pullback. But from the big picture, the bulls do still have an opportunity to build a higher base. And as long as higher bases are being built over longer periods of time, that's how long-term uptrends are constructed. I'm going to be talking about things from a big picture point of view. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess is you probably had more of a day trading type perspective going into the trade. And the reason I still call everything totally bullish, even with the bigger pullback, is let's say this pullback kind of comes up back down a little further, and like it did this morning, and once again, hits this level right there, which is the green line I talked about yesterday at 60 cents, goes sideways, and then works its way back upwards. So emphasis on big picture. From the big picture perspective, what would you still have? Well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have these lows right here. You'd have some lows down around that area. If you picture each one of those as stair steps, well, then from the big picture perspective, the overall stair steps are still very clearly going in the upwards direction. And that's the name of the game. That's what a truly strong move is going to do over time. It's going to make progress forward. And that's why 60 cents to me is, that ideal level. But even if 60 cents doesn't hold, it's not like that's the end of the world, because after that you have the purple line down there, the 50-period simple moving average, which is another level of support. So don't get me wrong and think that if the price falls below 60, everything's totally ruined. That's not the case. Preferably speaking, for the reasons I already mentioned with those stair steps, that'd be great if 60 cents could hold. But even if it doesn't, you still have that 50-period as support. In terms of levels of resistance, nothing new here has changed. Still same from yesterday. Right now, you can see in the shorter term right there, dealing with this red line at 65. And if the price can push through 65, the next key level up there at the 70-cent mark. So interesting day today. And, like I said, it does kind of depend on your perspective. But big picture point of view, bulls still have plenty of opportunity to build higher bases. So let's see if they can get that job done or not. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.